Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're back with another Sci-Fi Friday review, this time reviewing the sci-fi original series Dark Matter, Season 2, Episode 4, titled We Were Family. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. Wow, this episode was absolutely fantastic. We got a ton of information on 3's backstory, which was awesome.
Yeah, like this was a very 3 heavy episode, but it was amazing. And gosh, like just the story that he's given and then how he works it out, and it was just fantastic.
It's an extremely tragic backstory that really adds a whole level of sympathy to 3 that wasn't there before.
And makes him even more of a likable character. He started off as such an unlikable character, and it's like every episode he just gets a little more likable, and now it's almost like, you know, he's almost one of the most likable characters. Like, you're like, nothing can happen to 3.
Wow. So we find out that 3's parents were murdered when he was a child by this man, Tanner, who then kind of became his de facto father. So it's this really interesting dichotomy with 3 then, with his parents being murdered by Tanner becoming his kind of de facto father, and then 3 killing Tanner at the end of the episode. It was really just this mind-bendingly interesting and tragic story that I absolutely loved.
Yeah, it was just phenomenal.
So good.
Yeah, it was such a great 3 episode. And not only was it such a great 3 episode, it was a great Android episode.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we got so much story with Android. It was phenomenal.
Android is definitely one of our very favorite characters. Yeah. She's right up there. Her story this episode was really, really cool. We find out that there are other androids who also display very human tendencies. Only they're like a higher version
they're like
of android.
2.0 and she's 1.0.
Yeah,
like they're just an upgraded version of her.
And some of the other androids who were there, they're like, she can't be special because she's, like the very basic model. And no, Victor, he runs a diagnostic, and yes, she is special. She was designed that way. So hopefully we get a little bit of information in the future about who designed this android and why they made her special.
That's what I'm thinking. So I'm like, we've always had Android, and she's slightly different, which has been an amazing story. And now we find out there's more. She's not the only one. So now this is a design thing. So who designed them that way, and why were they designed that way? Like, there's just so much story here that can go on. It's so exciting. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to learning more about Android. The other thing that happened with her is Victor gave her a chip.
Human chip.
Basically, it's almost like Data's emotion chip in Star Trek. It's a human chip for androids to enable her to pass for human and be a little less awkward and androidy. And I really hope that that's not like a permanent thing she does.
Yeah.
I like the kind of awkward weirdo android where she's just kind of oblivious to things and doesn't really fully comprehend human behavior and that kind of stuff.
You can tell she's different than other androids because she's not completely robotic, but she is very robotic. She seems like a robot who is programmed to act human. That's more of and that's what's so fascinating about her. That's what's so interesting about her. So yeah, I don't want her to permanently have that chip. So either she can have it and something's wrong with it and they have to take it out, or they use it when they need her to blend in like a disguise.
Yeah, like if it's her like undercover kind of a thing where like we need Android because she's a badass.
Yeah.
But we need her to blend in. She can pop the chip in and be their backup, I guess. I don't want Android to be too human because I like the awkwardness of her now.
Yeah.
But if it's something that she uses from time to time as a necessity for a mission, I'm totally down with that. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Other minor things in this episode, 5 has a huge crush on Devin.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't trust Devin because he's an addict.
Yeah.
And you really can't trust an addict. So I'm wondering when the other shoe is going to drop there.
Yeah, I don't see him lasting long on the crew. He's either going to get himself killed, get somebody else killed. Not one of our main crew. We already had one death, so like I don't see anybody on the main crew dying, but maybe they try to help somebody and because of his addiction, he's unable to save them. Or they just find out about the addiction and boot him.
I don't think they're going to boot him. I think he's going to make a mistake and get himself killed. I think that's probably the way it's going to shake out. And that would give 5 a nice sad. And a sad is a good way to develop a character.
Yes.
So I think Devin probably doesn't live through the season.
Yeah. And also, speaking of 5, we find out why she's of interest. It's not her, it's the key card she stole. Yeah. And she's a BAMF and hacked her computer in her room because she noticed Eric's hanging out, like loitering around her room. And she was like, that's kind of suspicious. I'll just install a camera and a security alert. Pickpockets him. Like, oh my gosh, she was so cool.
Like, in that scene when she gave him the hug, I'm like, she totally pickpocketed him.
Yeah, and I was like,
and then we're like, well, how did she know? And then I'm like,
yeah.
You know what? She probably has a camera in her room, because that seems like something 5 would do.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was awesome.
So this just a lot of small things in this episode that were like fist pump moments.
Yeah,
that really just kind of made this episode that much better even. And the last thing I want to talk about in this episode is Nyx. Nyx goes toe-to-toe with 4 and actually betters him a couple of times.
Yeah.
So there's something very special about Nyx.
Yeah, especially because he says, how long have you been training? She's like, well, when did I pick it up? 30 seconds ago?
Yeah.
Like, there's something up with her. She's not normal.
So I definitely think Nyx is like a higher version of 2, maybe, or something. Maybe she's like the competitor's version of 2.
Yeah, there's definitely something going on with her, though, because that's... People just aren't like that. You don't pick up a weapon and, like, better somebody who's been training his entire life.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to learn more about Nyx even.
Yes.
There's just all these characters, and they've all got these auras of mystery about them. And it's one of my favorite things about Dark Matter is balancing that among all of these different characters and giving them all the appropriate amount of time to flesh those things out. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and Nyx, because of this amazing like combat ability she has, I see her sticking around. I see her joining the crew. And that's really exciting because I really like Nyx.
Of the 3 new members of the crew, Eric's, Nyx, and Devin, I think Nyx is probably the only one who's going to be there permanently. Eric's I don't see leaving living through the season. I think once they figure out what he's up to, they're going to space that guy. I think Devin is going to get himself killed just because he's an addict and addicts make bad decisions. So I think he's going to make a bad decision. He's going to end up not living through the season. But I do think Nyx sticks around, and I'm really excited for that.
Yes, me too.
We actually do have a couple other things to mention as well. We've had commenters basically since one died commenting that they don't think he's actually dead. They think he faked it somehow, which I'm kind of leaning that way now a little bit.
Yeah,
they've been talking about it for so long.
We definitely thought, okay, no, one's just gone. He was never one of our favorite characters. We didn't mind him. It's not like we hated his character.
I hated him.
Well, I didn't hate his character. I just didn't really care for his character. But they keep bringing him up. So, I kind of think our commenters are onto something.
The show is reminding us over and over again that he's dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, he's probably not dead.
Yeah. So, kudos to you guys. I think you guys got that right.
Yeah, I think probably one is actually still alive. And maybe the one who died is Jace Corso. I don't know how. I don't know how Derek Moss orchestrated that.
One's not that smart.
No, I don't think he's that savvy.
Yeah, that smart or that savvy,
But however he orchestrated it, wow, great job. And the very last thing I want to mention is every episode of Dark Matters ends with this oh my god moment. And we find out at the end of this episode that there is a war on the horizon, and that key card that 5 has is this key to this interdimensional...
It's the key to victory, is what they say. And all we know is it's a key to some sort of, like, was it inner space or interdimensional space? Something like that?
Interspace, dimensional...
something like that. Some sciencey words.
Yeah.
All
So is it jumping from point A to point B through
it's
space?
Some sort of advantage,
like
be it
wormhole
tactical
technology or something?
weapon.
I
Yeah.
don't think it's a weapon.
Me either. I think it's some sort of
like
transportation.
Yeah, I think it's like that, so you could ambush your enemies, just by jumping from one point in the galaxy to another point in the galaxy. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and we really hope you did, be sure to tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.